Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Secret Files 2, Puritas Cordis. Now, last we left off, Max was captured by the Puritas sect after he discovered they had hidden a bomb, possibly a small-yield nuclear weapon, in a dormant volcano in an effort to up the volcano, I guess. Obviously, as a more omniscient character than any of the people in here, we know they're probably using that to simulate the events foretold by the prophecy, but in any case, check our diary here. Burning Mountain. Max was able to rescue Sam, but the relief is short-lived as a closer inspection of the temple at the foot of the volcano reveals an enormous bomb. The bomb explodes, triggering a volcanic eruption. Max is lucky to escape the deadly deluge of lava, but he runs straight into the arms of two mercenaries working for Puritas Cordis. What does Pat Shelton's secret society hope to gain by using such drastic means to cause a natural disaster? And the search begins. Gatineau. Nina and David Correll have reached the ruins of Gatineau, but where should they start looking for the key mentioned by Sister Elise, the key that may be able to avert the disasters that supposedly lie ahead? In her letter, Sister Elise spoke of a saint who appeared to her in a dream every night and showed her the way to the hiding place. Where should their search for the saint begin? Alright, so let's take a look around here. We actually don't have much to look at.
A rock slide warning sign. A sign is screwed in place quite firmly.
Oh, we lost all our belongings, apparently.
There he is, trying to decipher Elise's letter.
Got this guy.
Looks like he works here.
Hello, what are you doing here?
Hello. I was about to ask you the same thing. You are in a restricted area, you know.
Really? I didn't see any barriers.
Well, the barrier is sort of invisible. This property belongs to Latsada Construction, and trespassing is prohibited.
An invisible barrier. Is it patrolled by invisible guards, too?
Quite right. Actually, I don't really care, as long as you don't get in my way.
I wasn't planning to. Have you seen a saint around here? Or anything that might somehow be connected to a saint? No silly jokes, please. I'm serious about this.
Okay. No jokes, but no saints either.
Is this pile of rubble really all that's left of Gatineau?
As far as I know, yes.
What are you doing here exactly?
I am surveying the land.
I can see that, but what for?
They're building a theme park, and the ruins of Gatineau are supposed to become part of the park.
A walk-in tourist attraction?
Precisely. And my job is to determine the paths along which hordes of tourists may wander without creating a hazard.
For the visitors or for the ruins?
Both. After all, 100 people crashing through the floor of a historic town would be rather unfortunate for the people, as well as the town.
Seems reasonable, but isn't there a risk that you might destroy something valuable here yourself?
No, the archaeologists have already finished. Otherwise, I would not be allowed to walk around here. And you shouldn't be allowed here anyway.
Just pretend I'm not here. What did the archaeologists find here? Anything exciting?
I don't know. They had already left when I got here.
Too bad. So there's nothing here now but rocks?
Did you have anything in particular in mind? Maybe I can help you.
In what way?
Well, the archaeologists might have overlooked something.
You mean you found something before?
Who knows?
That's robbery, an outright crime against science. My ex-boyfriend would take you to court for that.
But he is not here, is he? And since I am willing to turn a blind eye to your being in a restricted area...
I get it. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Exactly. If you should happen to come across something that might have historical value...
I'll bear that in mind. So, you're hoping to stumble upon a few historic relics?
Of course. Everyone must fend for himself, you know. And a surveyor's wages are not much to live on.
What are you looking for, exactly?
Anything that could be valuable. Silverware, ceramic jugs, coins, anything at all.
But with all this rubble lying about, how would you even get to it?
Don't worry. My car's loaded with heavy-duty equipment. I could pull a whole house down, so never mind a bit of rubble.
Oh, okay. I'll leave you to your work then.
Okay.
I like how textures for Nina and David Carell are significantly more detailed than this guy's. Okay, so there's in here now, so I guess let's try heading that way.
That way leads back to the river, and the boat brought us here. But my first priority is finding the hiding place of Elise's great secret.
Can't go that way.
I wonder what's behind this flap. I can't get it open. The flap is screwed shut.
Definitely need to find this.
A mole went a bit overboard here, obviously inspired by the excavators. What am I supposed to do? Go up on a mole hunt? I don't have time for that. I need to save the world. The town of Gatineau, as it must have looked in the Middle Ages. I'll just push one of these buttons.
Dear visitor, welcome to the Gatineau excavation site. We would like to give you a brief overview of the eventful and mysterious history of the medieval town of Gatineau. Please select one of the following options. In the late 7th century, Benedictine monks built an abbey on this spot in memory of the late Archbishop Austrebert of Rouen. In just a few years, the abbey blossomed into a thriving town that gained particular importance due to its location along the trade route from Rouen to Paris. In the early hours of April 5, 1658, a devastating inferno raged in the streets of the small town. More than half of its population, caught asleep in bed, succumbed to the flames. Nearly all of the buildings were burned to the ground. For reasons that remain a mystery to this very day, the town's restoration was never even attempted. The few who survived fled to neighboring villages and towns in a panic. In a single night, a prospering town was transformed into a charred patch of earth that would not be built upon for centuries to come. When the construction work for a new theme park began in early 2002, the surveyors unexpectedly came across the remains of a long-forgotten town. Large sections of Gatineau have been uncovered over the past few years. The ruins and certain reconstructed buildings will be open to the public as part of the new theme park. A small museum is planned as well.
Basically recorded all that information in our journal word for word. So, Sister Elise, 16. But the town was destroyed in 68. So that was 30 years after the town was destroyed.
Here's something to get hooked on. I could tug at this hook, and the crane would topple over, and that would knock down the information board, unearthing the hidden oil well that I would quickly appropriate, and then a construction vehicle. There's no way I can use that without a key. The cleanest, sweetest smelling snack stand I've ever seen. Of course, that might be because there's nothing cooking.
The BAM bus.
A large sheet of aluminum foil.
That
A mole went a bit over. A mole? What am I supposed to...
dialogue is that.
Aw, shucks. A great big tear in this here empty paper cup. Artistically wrap a sheet of aluminum foil around a paper cup and you will get a paper cup wrapped in aluminum foil. Fascinating.
But now it is structurally sound and can hold liquids now.
It says, "Be right back." Fortune cookies. Somewhat shapeless. Looks like they're homemade. I'll just take one of these fortune cookies. Shall I take a different fortune cookie after all? I'll put the old one back and take another. It said, "Do I look like the kind of person who just picks up anything that isn't nailed down?" Yes, all right. I'm going to leave it there anyway. It doesn't really look all that fortunate. Ugh. Why must these cookies always taste so awful? I guess that's the price you pay for the benefit of one of those incredibly precious and precise messages hidden inside. This one says, "If the crane flies upside down at 7:30, fate will smile on the bearded." I'll just take one of these fortune cookies.
I actually like the taste of fortune.
One less awful cookie, one more meaningful message. It says, "When the siren sounds as the day's labor begins, note the path of the hungry, even if the deceptive thirst springs from above."
So I guess these are supposed to be like hints.
I'll just take one of these fortune cookies. One less awful cookie, one more meaningful message. It says, "If you ignore the warning and disregard your neighbor's misfortune, disaster will strike you also." I'll just take one of these fortune cookies.
How many fortunes there are?
One less awful cookie, one more meaningful message. It says, "Beware, for the long hand follows the short hand incessantly until its time runs out."
Sounds like it's describing a clock
Empty.
there. Oh, now there's none left to give to David. Alright, that's all we now, so let's...
A plastic boulder as the company logo of Lazzare Construction. How very creative. It's screwed tightly in place. The Lazzare Construction Company is building here. I guess these are the largest letters they could find. A solid concrete post. It is an ever-fixed post that looks on tempests and is never shaken. The sign says, "To the ruins of Gatineau." The sign can be turned, but what way should I turn it? And why?
Alright, so that's a puzzle we aren't allowed to solve yet.
Some construction workers spend months living in these things. One of the main reasons why I decided against working in this field. Who is the fairest of them all? There's all kinds of stuff scattered on this table. An old power cable, a pocket knife, and a spirit level.
Take it all. Now this, if it's anything like my Swiss Army knife, it should...
Très chic. I would love to just hop in the car and drive far away from here. However, that wouldn't solve any of my problems. It prohibits parking for anyone but the employees of Lazzare Construction. A sign is screwed in place quite firmly.
Fix that. Aha!
If you ask me, there are way too many signposts on French construction sites. This car wasn't parked here yesterday. I can't repair it, and I can't really do any more damage either. I think I should just let it rest in peace.
And we can't take it. Let's see if we can get it.
It's locked, and secured with heavy padlocks, too. Looks like someone really wanted to make sure it would be safe.
Not uncommon for them to have a lot of expensive tool. Give me it with this.
With patience, I could probably crack open one of these locks, but that would still leave 3 more. All that trouble just to inspect the construction workers' dirty underwear? Thanks, but no thanks.
Alright, well, let's take this and try to unfasten that boulder then.
This pocket knife is really unique. I hope I don't lose it. This boulder may be fake, but it sure looks like the real thing. It prohibits...
Alright, I think that's... Let's continue on the path.
Oh, a statue. I wonder who it's supposed to be.
Oh, here you are.
Yes,
What is this statue?
no idea. I was hoping you could tell me.
There is a plaque on the statue.
Well...
The inscription is quite weathered. It appears to be a statue of Saint something. His name is barely discernible.
Saint?
Yes.
Our saint? The one Elise mentioned in her letter?
Yes. Possibly.
I didn't think he'd be this easy to find. So now what?
Now I will try to decipher the inscription.
While I take yet another look around for more clues?
Exactly.
I feared as much. Did you discover any more clues in Sister Elise's letter?
Alas, no. I went through the trouble of retranslating everything, but there was nothing that caught my eye.
Can I have the new translation?
Certainly. At least we know now what to do. I decipher, you go on looking. Who knows? Maybe this inscription isn't the clue we're looking for after all.
What else then?
No idea.
Okay. I'll keep looking. This is very likely the statue Sister Elise mentioned, which means that this statue shows the way to the hiding place. Now, I only need to figure out what that means. Yeah, right. Only. Oh well. Where there's a will, there's a way. And where wood is chopped, splinters must fall. Time to hunt for the next clue.
Alright, let's see what our diary says now. Saint points the way. Gatineau. Ina has found the statue depicting a saint that she was looking for. The outstretched arm really points to the hiding place that Sister Elise mentioned. And so how can you know the exact position?
There he is, trying to decipher the inscription on the plaque. I hope it won't take too long. The letters are really weathered. Could be Latin, or Tongolesian, or whatever. The head of the saint's statue. It doesn't look like the statue or any part of its body can be twisted or moved in any way. The arm is pointing towards the ruins of Gatineau. It's hard to tell the exact location from here, though. What's that he's holding under his arm? No idea what it's supposed to be. I can't see anything unusual about these legs.
Like he's carrying eggs or something? Take a look at that renewed.
This sketch was part of Sister Elise's letter.
Bunch of triangles.
Ashford, England, Anno Domini 1681. Now that my grey life is moving towards its, I will never forget them. Screaming women, this Zandona. There is no sense in musing about that now. Perhaps it was up to me to prevent them. But my faith was weak. And therefore, All I have left is hope. The hope that they may boldly take the only path that is still open. Strong in faith and fearless in act, may the Lord be with Sister.
Okay, so that didn't really tell us much other than the saint points the way and in a dream night. Alright, looks like we can't go any further here.
The sign can...
Of a read that back. Swiss Army knife to get that flap unlocked.
Let's see what's hidden behind this flap. Batteries. Nothing exciting, but better than nothing, I guess. Disposable batteries. Not very environmentally friendly.
Anything else we can...
A rock slide warning sign.
Take that.
If you ask me, there are way too many signposts on French construction sites.
Okay, so we can at least the cars pursue. Alright, now we can go back and see if that guy knows anything about the statue. It'd be nice if there was a map so I could actually, or like just a different perspective, right?
It used to be possible to push a button for information about Gatineau, but that was before the batteries were stolen.
Batteries are there, why is the light still? See if we can talk to him.
Can I bother you again?
I strongly suspect that it is well within your power. Yes.
So, you're hoping to
Of course.
What are you...
Anything that could...
But with all this rubble...
Don't worry.
Oh,
Okay, so that's...
is that your vehicle parked back there?
Yes. Why?
Oh, just wondering.
Ah,
About your car.
yes. What about it?
Isn't it parked in rather a dangerous spot?
What do you mean?
It could easily be hit by a rock slide.
Rock slide?
Yes, there's a warning sign right by that rock face.
Really? I didn't see that. That sign must be new.
Could be, but shouldn't you move your car just in case?
Nah, according to my horoscope, this is my lucky day. I'm sure it will be fine.
That way...
Ah.
The stone isn't all that heavy, but it has sharp edges. I'm not going around scratching cars, now or in the future.
Perfect.
This boulder may be fake, but it sure looks like the real thing.
Now let's see if that's enough to convince. I don't know what that gets us yet, but
Can I buy... I don't mean to worry you.
Why?
You should come and take a look at your car. Here, there's a sign warning people about rock slides, and a big boulder has already hit the car next to yours.
You're right. Normally, I should probably worry about this.
But
But according to my horoscope, this is my lucky day. Therefore, I am not all that concerned.
so you're just going to ignore any kind of danger because of some vague hints in your horoscope?
It's like everything else in life. If you believe in something firmly enough, then it will come to pass.
You're not a member of that Puritas Cordis sect, are you?
Puritas what?
Never mind. If you think you should ignore the most blatant signs of imminent danger just because your horoscope says so...
Yes, that is what I think. And unless my horoscope says otherwise, I won't change my mind.
God, changes.
The slip of paper.
Beware. For
The slip. If you ignore the warning and.
Look at this. A message from a genuine Chinese fortune cookie. Doesn't that text make you think?
No, why? It's not my cookie. If you open the cookie first, then it's your advice for a happier life.
You have a point there.
Darn it.
A small cloth pouch.
He's pretty incessant. Not moving.
The cleanest, sweet.
Get another one and pop that one.
Empty. Do I look like the cleanest? Who is the fair? A spirit level with a built-in laser.
Ah!
Good thinking. With a little luck, if I rest the laser pointer on the statue's arm, I should be able to discover where exactly it is pointing. The sign says, "To the ruins of Gatineau." The sign can be turned. I'll just turn this sign to the right. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Let's turn it a little further to the left. I'll just... Now the sign is lined up with the statue's arm. The sign says, "To the ruins of Gatineau." The laser beam from the spirit level points directly at the post. Not nice. Not nice at all.
It is an ever-fixed...
The laser beam... I cannot direct the laser beam around the signpost. There's no...
We just ask him to knock it down.
Can I bother... So, you're... What
Anything that...
with all...
Don't...
Oh, I don't mean...
What?
You should come... Here.
You're right.
But...
But...
So...
It's Puritas...
Never...
Yes.
What if we just put the fortune...
The slip if you ignore... I cannot direct the laser beam around the signpost. The Lazara can... An extend... Disposable batteries.
Puzzle about
The
the
If the crane flies upside down at 7:30, fate will smile on the bearded. Here's something to get. I could tug at this. Why would I do that? There's nothing here that I want to reflect at the moment. There's no...
Crane. Not over here. But apparently, the fact that it lets us use the mirror on that part of the puzzle. So we know what to do.
I've tied up this mirror like a parcel. Something I've always wanted to do. Why would I do that?
Reflect at the moment. Yeah. Eventually the laser's gonna come here, I think, but...
The town, it used to be... Disposable
batteries.
look.
Can I bother? I'll...
Apparently a somewhat super...
Look at this. A message from a...
No, why?
That way leads back to the...
That's... not allowed to go there anyways. Alright, well, let's see what, David has anything for us.
Have you discovered anything?
I'm working on it.
How long can it take to decipher such a teensy plaque?
With your constant interruptions? Probably forever.
Fine, I'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
That'll only take as long. Plot prop.
Now the spirit level's laser beam points in the same direction as the statue's arm. The laser beam... The sign is tied down with only a metal band. There are no screws or anything like that, but I wouldn't know what to do with a sign anyway.
Oh, is this gonna be another thing where we... thought we were gonna get acid from the,
I can't repair it, and I can't really do any more. I would love to just... A construction vehicle. A small...
So I'm sure it's something small I'm missing. Haven't thought.
The slip of paper. When the siren sounds as the day's labor begins, note the path of the hungry, even if the deceptive thirst springs from above. A rock slide.
Starter rocks?
The slip of... If you ignore the... The slip...
Beware, for the long hand follows the...
Some construction work... It's locked.
Look inside the window, but...
A spirit level.
Oh, we can just...
Right, the laser pointer should be pointing in exactly the same direction as the statue's arm now. Let's see where it leads. The sign is now the cleanest. Oh no! The beam points straight at the snack stand. Since it probably hasn't been in that spot for centuries, I'll have to think of something to get it moving. He's asleep on his feet. Amazing.
Good morning. What a beautiful day.
What? Oh, hello.
I guess it got a little late last night,
Excuse me, I must have fallen asleep.
It would seem so, yes.
Are you with a construction company?
Me? No, why?
I was just hoping that this misery here might come to an end. What can I do for you?
What's on the menu today?
Nothing.
Nothing? But this is a snack stand. Or maybe not? Maybe it's just a decoy hiding the base of some secret society?
Very funny. There's only one single worker here, and he brings his own food from home. So why bother to heat the grill? Nobody will buy anything.
Okay, you've convinced me. I don't really like Chinese food anyway.
That's not what you would be getting. All right, there is nothing to be had right now. But if there were something, it wouldn't be Chinese food. Just regular snack stand grub.
Are we really talking about what I would be getting if there were anything to be had?
Looks like it.
All right, let's change the subject. I don't mean to criticize your business scheme, but is it really worthwhile running a snack stand here?
No.
This may seem like a totally superfluous question, but why are you here then?
Well, a few months ago, they decided to build a new theme park here. So I pulled some strings and negotiated an exclusive contract. I was supposed to cater for the workers on site, with no competition at all. Sounded like the deal of a lifetime.
What's the catch?
Do you see any working masses around here?
Well, to speak of masses would be overstating it slightly.
Yes, slightly.
What happened?
They discovered some kind of rare plant species and had to stop all construction. Now they are trying to figure out how to proceed. But that may take some time. A long time.
Then why are you still here?
Because my contract says that I am obliged to cater for every worker on this site. Or at least provide the option. Therefore, I need to stay here for as long as the Honorable Surveyor is still around. Or I will be fined for breach of contract.
You have to stand around here all day just for one worker? But that's crazy.
That's what they call contract law.
Let me get this straight. You have to stand around here all day long just for one single worker.
Yes, I come here early in the morning and hang around until that posh Mr. Surveyor climbs into his van in the late afternoon and calls it a day.
You have my sympathy.
Thank you.
I will let you get back to Dreamland then.
Now we're back to trying to get rid of that worker.
The slip of paper you ignore.
Excuse me.
What? What?
Sorry to disturb you, but is there any way of putting this fantastic message back inside a fortune cookie?
Of course. All you need to do is bake a new cookie.
Would you do that for me?
Oh well, it's not like I've got anything better to do.
Bambus, Asian beast. A few minutes later.
Thank you so much.
Alright. Now we have what we... You there, you look hungry. Take a fortune cookie.
A freshly baked fortune cookie. If I remember correctly, its message reads, if you ignore...
I brought you a freshly baked fortune cookie.
Oh, how nice of you. That doesn't sound good at all.
Is everything okay?
I'm not too sure. My horoscope promised me a carefree day, but I guess I should take note of the advice in my fortune cookie. Otherwise, I could be headed for disaster.
The message from the fortune cookie really seems to have unnerved him.
Alright, now we can...
Can I borrow... That fortune cookie I gave you really seems to be worrying you.
Yes, a little. In spite of the fact that I didn't think anything could happen to me today.
And now that has changed?
I'm not sure. In any case, I will have to be very careful. If I ignore the warning and disregard my neighbor's misfortune, disaster will strike. I hope I don't miss the signs that fate sends me.
I don't mean to nag. Definitely. The rock slide warning sign, the somewhat battered vehicle next to yours, not to mention the warning in your fortune cookie.
If you ignore the warning and disregard your neighbor's misfortune, disaster will strike you also.
Exactly. The warning is the sign. And don't you think your neighbor's misfortune could mean the boulder on top of the car next to yours?
You are quite right.
Well, you are right about that.
I had better move my car.
Good idea. As far away as possible, I would say. Well, is it safe now?
Yes, I hope so. Thank you so much for saving me from imminent disaster.
You're welcome. I'm famous for my totally unselfish helpfulness, you know.
But he didn't move it here.
That way.
Can't go there. What does that do for us exactly? Maybe that's enough to trick this guy into...
Boo!
What? Oh, did I fall asleep again?
Looks like it.
I am sorry. What can I do for you?
Didn't you tell me you need to wait here until the surveyor goes home for the day?
Yes, but that may be a while yet.
I don't know. Can you see his car anywhere?
Oh, so he already left for today? I thought. It's so early.
Why would you care?
Yes, indeed. Why shouldn't I be lucky for once and simply enjoy my luck? Please excuse me. I've got to go.
It's amazing. No matter how sluggish people are, the minute their working day ends, they suddenly move as fast as lightning. Not that I care. Just as long as the snack stand is no longer in the way, and the laser beam... but the laser beam, where did it go?
Let's change the batteries.
Good idea. Maybe the batteries are dead. I've had that problem with my camera.
Alright.
The town of Gatineau. The minute I overcome one obstacle, the next problem rears its head. And I don't think violence is going to help me here either.
Now we can. That gets us hit, but
I have an idea. Let's see if it works. It's just hanging around. Take it down. No. I quite like this construction. I'm leaving it where it is. The slip of if the crane flies upside down at 7:30, fate will smile on the bearded. A construct. The town. It's just. The minute I overcome. That's too light to change the mirror's position in any way. That's too. That's.
I don't know how
That's too.
heavy of a thing she needs. Oh, let's see if he's got any more dialogue.
Can I bother? I'll.
Okay.
Let's.
A sign? If you ask me, there are way too many signposts on French construction sites.
Alright, now let's.
Far too big. That will never fit on the mirror. Some construct. With patience, I could probably crack open one. The sign is now. It doesn't look like the stat.
I was hoping we could. You'd think there'd be pebbles. Try taking.
I like it. I just.
Fine. Laser.
I could probably unscrew those letters with my pocket knife. But what would I do with a bunch of oversized letters? A paper cup. What am I supposed to do?
Grab a handful of dirt.
It's just. I made such an effort getting this boring old paper cup to look all nice and shiny. I'm not about to ruin my masterpiece.
There we go.
I borrowed some dirt and filled the pouch with it. I hope Mr. Mole will forgive me. I made such an effort. The laser beam is pointing at the ground, but I can't imagine there's anything special to be found here.
There we
The
go.
laser beam is pointing towards the ruins. Off I go then. The laser beam is pointing at that heap of rubble. Now what? Have the batteries gone dead again? Never mind. I know where I need to look now.
Move, Rubble.
Can I bother you again?
Let's skip the pleasantry.
So, you're
Of course.
what are you
Anything that...
with all?
Don't worry.
Oh, I'll leave you.
Okay.
Really?
These stones probably belonged to some ruins further up and slid down the hill quite a while ago. Some of these stones are so big that I would need heavy equipment in order to shift them. There's no...
Translate it yet?
Have you discovered anything?
I'm working with.
What am I supposed to... There's no... Take it down. Take it down.
Fine.
Can I bother? So, what with all this?
Don't worry.
Oh, I'll.
Okay.
You hint there.
These stones probably belonged to some ruins further up. That way leads... There's no... I could with patience...
I have no idea where he parked.
Looks like I can't repair it. This boulder may... The sign...
It is an ever.
So...
It used to be... This sketch... These stones... Some of these stones are... Why should I just give my nice aluminum cup away? He wouldn't give me any gifts after all. There it lies, buried under rocks.
Really?
Can I bother you again? Would you be?
Yeah. Where?
Oh, oops. I thought we'd have to go through that and then another dialogue.
Yes, indeed. There is something sparkling down there. Let me just get my equipment from the car and start moving this rubble. I'll be right back. There, that did it. I don't know much about this historical stuff, but I'll just take this goblet to an expert I know.
What about me?
What about you?
Am I not getting a reward?
Sure. As soon as I sell this, I'll give you, shall we say, 20%?
50.
30?
40.
35.
Okay.
Fine. Wait here. I'll be back soon.
At least the grave robbers of the past had a certain amount of expertise. On the other hand, there are so many incompetent people in so many professions. Why should grave robbers be any different? At least now I have access to the wall where the laser beam was pointing. A heavy iron ring. It might have been used to tether animals. I'll try pulling it, or maybe pushing it, or maybe I need to turn it. The laser beam pointed straight to this room. That leads me to hope that Sister Elise's hidden key is here somewhere. Time to begin searching for it. I wonder how old this barrel might be. But even more interesting is the wooden board firmly attached to the top of it. There are buttons recessed into the wooden board, and a single indentation on the left. Could this be some kind of mechanism to reveal the hiding place that Elise mentioned? But why are the buttons locked in place? I can't press them. Am I still missing something to raise them from the board?
Alright, now that definitely looked...
I'm going to place the sketch next to it.
Sketch, there we go.
A small indentation in the wood. Nothing's happening.
I don't think... There must be a puzzle that gives us...
Three stone discs and a set of buttons. It's obviously some kind of mechanism. I wonder why the discs all have different colors. Do I have to align the holes in a certain position? Maybe they need to overlap. And what about these numbers? Are they important? If so, how? Looks like some kind of push button. Looks like some kind of push button.
I assume this is the room.
Nothing happened. I cannot turn these discs by hand. The discs have been reset to their original positions.
Alright. Actually, I think we... Try that. Next one. I did this.
I did it! Now that the holes are all overlapping, a small niche has been uncovered. A gold signet ring. I have already solved the mystery of the stone discs. It's fair to say that to continue turning them endlessly would be a pointless waste of time. A gold...
Now we can take that.
There are buttons recessed into the wooden but why... The ring fits perfectly, and the buttons have been raised from their fittings. That just leaves the question of what I'm supposed to do with all these buttons.
Obviously, your mind is on more frivolous things. We're not here for the booze. While you are indulging in old vintages, I have managed to decipher the plaque.
Well, any clues?
Yes, but they aren't terribly conclusive.
I'm listening.
Actually, all it says is that the statue depicts Saint Austrobert of Rouen.
The Archbishop, in whose honor the town of Gatineau was founded?
That's right. How did you know?
That kind of thing is common knowledge.
You have me impressed.
Thanks. Didn't it say anything else?
No, it doesn't really help us, does it?
Who knows? I'll keep it in mind. Did it really say nothing else on the plaque besides the name?
No, only that the statue depicts Saint Austrobert of Rouen.
Austrobert. That's not much to go on, is it?
Who knows? This information might eventually come in useful in some way. Just don't ask me what way.
I will keep trying.
It sounded like the mechanism was reset.
Aww. Oh, I see.
It sounded like the mechanism was reset.
We gotta put Ostrobert's name in, but we can only follow the patterns here, so.
It sounded like the mechanism was reset.
There.
It sounded like
I feel
the
like we
mechanism
almost
was reset.
had it. Os.
It sounded like the
Let's try it
mechanism
from the
was
other one.
reset.
Yeah, the choice. Os.
It sounded like the mechanism
We have
was
to go
reset.
So A. S. S. E.
letter? And some scraps of leather full of holes? That's all?
Let us have a closer look at the letter before we voice our disappointment. It must contain something really important. It is addressed to Cardinal Coubertin in Paris, evidently written by a certain Bernard.
Just read it out loud, will you?
To His Most Exalted Eminence, Cardinal Coubertin, I am much relieved to hear that you received my encoded letter in Paris. You will understand my circumspection once you have decoded the letter in its entirety. For in the wrong hands, this account could easily corrupt the faith of those whose hearts harbor even the slightest of doubts. After reading only a few lines, you will come to realize how quickly this will shake the foundations of our very society and lead to utter chaos, such as has never been seen before. Thus, to be on the safe side, I will not send our usual messenger to bring you this letter and the enclosed templates, but our beloved sister Elise. I urgently implore you to keep this letter and the templates safe in your secret archives at your estate. As you know, Zandona's influence is immense, and we shall need any proof of his sacrilege in order to have him tried by the Inquisition. This template is the key that will allow you to decode the plans of Zandona and his Puritas Cordis sect, which divine providence itself has seen fit to place into my hands. Place the templates on the parchments which the messenger brought you 10 days ago, and you will realize the full extent of the disaster that is upon us. In his blind, boundless ravings, he has spelt doom for Gatineau and predicted the downfall of the town in the eternal flames of perdition. And you know what that means. An entire town. He wants to erase the whole town, for he believes himself to be both judge and executioner in the name of our Almighty Lord. And that is only the beginning. My previous letter will reveal to you the horrors that we face. All those terrible plans of Zandona and his congregation, Puritas Cordis, that he assembled in the name of God in order to spread his outrageous teachings as the word of our Lord Almighty himself. I hope that my knowledge will prompt you to take appropriate steps in order to prevent the worst from happening. I write these lines in utmost concern for my own life, but with certainty that I made the right decision. May the Lord grant our beloved sister the strength to deliver this message unscathed and in good time. May God protect us and be with us in these times of tribulation. I remain your humble servant, Bernard.
Okay, let me just get this straight. Zandona and Puritas Cordis burned Gatineau to the ground.
Sure looks like it.
Why? I mean, what was the point?
He probably wanted to make an example of them. A warning to all those who fail to heed his words.
So he just invented a load of prophecies and then saw to it that they all came true?
That's what it looks like.
And Bernard, together with Cardinal Coubertin, tried to stop Zandona and his Puritas Cordis sect.
Yes, evidently. But since Elise never arrived in Paris, and the Cardinal therefore never received the proof against Zandona...
Okay, so far so bad. But all of this happened more than 350 years ago. What does any of this have to do with the here and now?
I assume that either the Puritas Cordis sect secretly continued to exist through all those centuries, and for some reason have now resumed its activities, or it was founded anew.
Whatever. What's all that got to do with our situation now? And the flood wave? Not to mention the forthcoming apocalypse that Elise was hinting at.
I assume that back then they managed to put an end to Zandona's doings after all, and prevent the apocalypse.
I guess so. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly. And the modern Puritas Cordis might actually want to do something about that.
You mean they'll pick up where Zandona left off years ago and try...
And try to pull it off this time, right?
Oh. And the end. What will it be like?
I assume that the answer to this question can be found in Paris.
With Coubertin?
Yes.
And you really think that Zendona's plans, the ones Brother Bernard sent to Paris, might still exist? In those secret archives that Bernard mentioned?
Why not?
So, using that information and the templates we found here, we might actually be able to anticipate the next moves of Puritas Cordis?
And take some measures to block them.
Okay. What are we waiting for?
To Paris?
Sure. The question is, where exactly do we go looking for these documents? Paris is a big city.
But Bernard wrote that the hiding place is at the Cardinal's estate. And how hard can it be to find that?
Right. So let's go.
Oh, I see you are awake now.
Where am I?
Do not worry, you are quite safe.
Safe? What makes me safe? These bars? Am I safe from you?
Your questions will have to wait, I'm afraid. There are a few things we would like to know first. My employee found a photograph on you. It so happens that he worked as a barkeeper on the very ship this young lady was traveling on. Who is she?
That's none of your business. Now let me out of here.
Now, keep calm. I think you fail to appreciate your position. You see, my employee is armed. You, on the other hand, are not. And one more thing. My employee will not hesitate to shoot you down if you keep trying our patience. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, you certainly do.
Good. We mean you no harm. On the contrary, we want to help you. But we shall expect a little help from you in return. So, who is the lady in this picture?
My ex-girlfriend.
Name?
Nina Kalenkov. What do you want to know? What is this all about, anyway?
Now, who is asking the questions here? Well, it would appear that your ex-girlfriend has a certain problem, just like you. She fails to understand who makes the rules in this game. We would like to know where she is at the moment and what she is planning to do next.
Nina? How should I know?
You still don't get it, do you? All right. One more time. Either you tell us what we want to know, or else...
Or else what?
Or else we will have to proceed without your help. But that would be painful, both for you and for your ex-girlfriend. So, you see, the choice is yours. I have a few important things to take care of that cannot possibly wait, but I will be back soon, and it would really be too bad if you still haven't made up your mind to cooperate by then. Too bad for you and for Ms. Kalenkov.
This is supposed to be the incredibly secret archive of Cardinal Coubertin that we've been looking for.
We must be on the right track. We're going to find this archive. We simply must not fail.
Hello? Are you listening to me?
Yes, of course.
Well, we're not gonna find much here, are we?
I am sure this is the right spot. It has got to be.
You can see that there's nothing left here but a couple of foundation walls, right?
Yes, but this place corresponds to the description. Therefore, it must.
So what do we do now?
If I only knew. Maybe we can find some old blueprints or historical documents which might give us a clue.
Old blueprints? For ancient ruins?
Have you got a better idea?
No, I guess not.
At least we must try it. There's no alternative, is there? Are you coming?
Thanks, but I'd rather stay here and take another look around. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it's better than helplessly staring over your shoulder while you study Latin texts.
Yes, you're probably right. I don't see for the life of me what we could possibly have overlooked here, but better be on the safe side.
Shall we meet here then?
All right. Wish me luck. We need it more than ever.
I do. I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thanks. And the same to you. Maybe you'll actually find something. Who knows? See you later.
All right. I will have a closer look at these ruins then.
Max, you idiot. Should have used her name from the first game when she was impersonating a Russian. It's not like they would have known it. Not right away. Also, for people who claim that they only want to help and mean, they sure seem pretty eager to do harm if they don't get what. I also liked how you could see that gripper in the background had a 3D model. Apparently, we're going to return there. That will be an item we pick. In any case, trail leads to Paris. Gatineau. According to Sister Elise's letter, the prophet Zandona and his secret society, Puritas Cordis, arranged for their own prophecies to be fulfilled, culminating in the apocalypse. Apparently, the ultimate disaster was averted back then. However, David Carell fears that the modern Puritas Cordis sect, under the leadership of Pat Shelton, may be trying to complete Zandona's plan, with the documents that are supposedly hidden in Cardinal Coubertin's secret archive in Paris help predict the next move. Puritas Open ruins, Paris. Cardinal Coubertin's estate does not provide the essential clues they had been hoping. There is not much left except for a few foundation walls. While Vicar David Carell searches for blueprints of the building in the old archives of Paris, Nina desperately attempts to find some clues for the location of the Cardinal library. Alright, and I think with that we are going to get here. Okay, so with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time. Do that.